Hey, it's Ashley Bastock from cleveland.com. I wanted to take a couple of minutes and sort of go through Browns fans' sentiment over Myles Garrett's trade request. So when Myles first requested a trade last week, the Monday before the Super Bowl, I thought it was pretty interesting that the fan response amongst Browns fans was largely positive, or at the very least supportive. And I think all of that has to do with Myles Garrett's reasons for wanting to leave, right? He's been adamant that he wants to go somewhere and compete for a championship, and Browns fans' frustrations with their own team. This was a 3-14 season. A lot of fans are frustrated with the results of the Deshaun Watson trade. A lot of fans never wanted the team to execute that trade in the first place because of all of the off-field allegations surrounding Deshaun Watson. And on top of it, winning just hasn't come consistently. They've had a couple of playoff appearances since Kevin Stefanski got here in 2020 and Andrew Berry. Only one playoff win in that time, though. So while fans are frustrated with the team, I think that makes it easier to understand why Myles Garrett, who has been a fan favorite player, who has been one of the best players, would also be frustrated. But after Myles Garrett put out that initial statement and then made the rounds on Radio Row, doing some national media interviews, I thought the sentiment very slowly but surely began to change. It was very clear to me it was taking more of a negative tone for multiple reasons. So I went ahead and asked our Football Insider subscribers about that. If you want to become one, you can go over to cleveland.com/Browns and read about it. Basically, though, it's a few things at play here, right? I think a lot of fans don't necessarily like the public nature of Garrett continuing to say, hey, I don't think the Browns are close to being able to win here, and I want to be able to compete for a championship, because some fans view it as almost mean-spirited or kicking the team while it's down. And we've already seen some of the effects of that, right? Denzel Ward told cleveland.com at the Super Bowl that he would reconsider his own position if they were to trade Myles Garrett. And that's a big deal. He's a Pro Bowler, and he's also from Northeast Ohio. I think a lot of fans also understand this idea of, by being so public about wanting out and saying you will do whatever it takes, which he did in the Super Bowl pregame show on ESPN, to force your way out, that you're actually not helping the Browns leverage. So really, I just think it's the publicness of it all that has sort of turned the sentiment amongst fans as a whole and made it a bit more negative. I'm exploring it all in a column that I'm putting up at cleveland.com/Browns, so you can read more about what our insiders have to say there and what I think about it.